Hey, I'm Mark Roszewski from Moving Worlds here with one of our awesome experteers, Deana, and we are going to be talking to you a little bit just about your experience. I'm really curious to hear feedback and insight and any tips that might be helping other people who are traveling around the world to volunteer their expertise. So to get started, before we talk about your experience, just tell me a little bit about you. What are you doing now?
So thanks, Mark. It's great to talk to you today. I am a senior UX designer, and I'm really passionate about making things easier to use for the customer.
Very cool. And so a few months ago, you decided to go experteering. So tell us a little bit about why you decided to do that, to take that trip.
So I've done volunteerism trips in the past and volunteering domestically, and they've been really good opportunities, and I felt like they've helped people, but they haven't necessarily been things that I've been the most capable of doing. I'm not a construction worker, but I did do, Habitat for Humanity, for instance. And I thought it would be great if I could take the skills that I know that are unique and that people might be looking for, and actually help them specifically with what they're asking for in a way that other people wouldn't be qualified for, something that I'm uniquely qualified for. I'm much better at building sitemaps than houses. And so I thought the whole idea of experteering sounded really incredible, and I wanted to try it out. So I got in contact with you guys, and you found this great opportunity that matched my skill set perfectly. They needed someone to help with their website, and that's what I do. So I got to go down there, and I'm actually continuing to help them remote after I'm back, and I'm really glad I did it. It's been a really awesome opportunity.
Cool. And tell us a little bit more about the organization that you went with and where you went.
Great. So I went to Guatemala in a very small town called Pana for short, and volunteering for My Traditions Foundation, which is a fair trade organization, but they've been around for 20 years, which is ancient in fair trade world. And they have these really established relationships with the artisans there that are making really big impacts. But what stood out to me the most about them is that they really care about preserving the culture of the Maya. They even have an herb garden for healers to grow herbs to continue that tradition and process. And it's just really encouraging to see that, because culture is so important to me. And so I went down there in June, and I was only there for a week just because my schedule wouldn't allow it. But the project is much larger than that. So I actually came back and have been helping remotely since then, and they have more volunteers down there now that are helping to execute what we the sort of direction we came up with, the restructuring of the site, the new look and feel, and so we're working as a team with Me Remote to really see that vision through, and we're really excited for the new site to launch.
Very cool. And now, after the site, launches out and we get the word out there and help promote them, how do you think this is going to help, My Traditions? What's going to be the long-term impact here?
So some of the goals that we defined early on with My Traditions, we wanted them to look before you get that first communication out there and really get to know them personally, just by looking at their website, that they are really well established, they're really professional, and they have beautiful products. The backstrap weaving that they do down there is unique, and it's a practice that's been refined over thousands of years. And by really detail-oriented, incredible artisans that, some of these textiles take months to do, and you watch them and how intricate it is. I would never have the patience. So communicating how special it is and communicating how professional and well established it is really important, and something that could have been improved upon on the old site, which didn't set them up for success as much. Additionally, we wanted the plethora of things that you can do to be involved with them. To be clear, they have so many different programs. They have programs that they help the community, like all the social programs, yes, but there's so many different ways to get involved. You can volunteer like myself. But the main sort of customers are people that are going to help them sell their products. So either sell the products in their store, buy their textiles to make their own products, or partner with them to design totally new products, becoming collaborators with the artisans directly, which is a really neat opportunity that wasn't obvious from their own site. But you can also go down there if you're in Deana. You can go and visit their store in person. You can go on tours. You can actually take a weaving class with the artisans. There's just so many things you can do. So we wanted to make those things clear as well.
Very cool. And so you had this trip and you returned back. What's a word of advice that you would give to anybody who's embarking on an experteering trip?
Do it. I mean, honestly, I think that I've been very fortunate to travel a lot, and especially when I was little. So I'm used to going into some areas that might be a little out of my comfort zone. But I know, and my fiance who actually traveled with me hasn't had some of those opportunities. And I would just say, don't worry about setting out of your comfort zone. You're gonna learn things about yourself and really have your eyes open to a whole new world, and that's gonna impact you in ways you can't imagine. So I would say to ignore the hesitations and just give it a go is the biggest thing. I mean, besides that, it's just good luck, and send me pictures after. I don't think there's any tips that I could think of that you guys haven't already given, because you guys work so closely with the people, the experteers, that you give all those tips and you work with the organization before you get down there, so you really have an idea of what to expect and what to bring. And so there's nothing off the top of my head that I would tell someone that they wouldn't find out from you guys or the organization.
Sure, but cool. Yeah, the little prompt just to go do it and to be open. I think that's great. So, well, earlier, loved seeing both the product that you brought back from Maya Traditions. Obviously, the work that you did was, top notch. I think pretty highly of our website, and the background that you laid for theirs, I'd say, was even higher fidelity. So really incredible work. Thank you so much for taking your own vacation to go on an experteering trip like this, and now to still be in touch and support that organization. I think is super inspiring. So thanks so much for your time and your work, and then also for sharing your story and hopefully inspiring some other people to follow in footsteps. So
my pleasure. Yeah. Thanks for your help getting me there. I wouldn't have been able to find it without you guys.
Cool. Pleasure. Awesome.
Thanks.
Thanks.